Well, the RNC conference last night, first they had Arnold up, and he was good, except when he talked about his childhood. He was like, I was a young boy when the Soviets occupied Austria. Yeah, but remember why they occupied you? You were Nazis? Then he goes, I was afraid they'd get in the car and take my father away. Yeah, maybe they should have. Wasn't he like the head of the Gestapo or something stupid? Well, he was, like a Nazi or something. Then the Bush girls stumbled out, and they're hotties in different ways. Of course, we all like the player, the team player, the one on the right, the Puma jacket and the tube top. And she's got that voice like, I should know that. Then the other one, I don't like the fact that her poor sister had to rock like contempo casuals. You know, come on, she's on TV. She's a hottie, but she looked like a cheap wallflower in that getup. I'm serious. She's the one that drags the other one when the girl's like, no, the guy's on the bike. She's like, come on, we're going home. I'm driving. And it was cursing out that one. Then Laura Bush came out to speak. And Laura Bush is still hot in that, like, real estate seminar type of way, you know? But those eyes are shiny. Shiny eyes. Scary. She looks like she's like the nicest person in the world until you accidentally spill cake crumbs on a rug, then it's on. You know? My other complaint was that there were too many 100-year-olds in the audience. Too many old biddies. Couldn't they color the hair for the damn event? I don't mean color it brown, color it gray. It was a sea of white hair, you know? And then Laura goes, I listened many nights as George discussed these decisions about war and terrorism with the heads of the intelligence committees and Tony Blair. Excuse me, Laura, what? You what? Honey, mind your business, okay? Look, you're the first lady. You don't eavesdrop. You show people the Rose Garden, and you wave bye in the helicopter with the white gloves. That's all you do. You don't listen when men are making world policy. Now listen, no, wait. If you want to stick your head in every couple of hours and say, I made you boys a little something to help keep your strength up. I don't think the founding fathers thought of the Constitution on an empty stomach. You know. And then Dick Cheney's like, oh, your wife is a panic, George. That's all I want to hear out of you, honey. Well, the protests here in New York, which started off peaceful, have turned violent. Delegates are constantly being harassed, and some have even been sucker punched as they walked out of Broadway shows. The police have also been assaulted. One officer was critically wounded when he was kicked in the head. Here's a look at the incident. Oh, no. Now, first of all, you see that cop? He's like, hey, let's break it up. Right. Yeah. You're a cop, you forget it, you're supposed to smash him. Second of all, why'd the one black dude at the parade have to be the one that stomps the cop? You telling me that was a coincidence? Yeah. Oh, now.
Yeah, that looked a little personal.
The cop was black, too.
I don't think, he's right. I don't think that was about the convention. That was about a nickel bag.
Yeah. No, I got a feeling that guy would have been doing that if there was no protest.
And I got a feeling you'd be a lot less empathetic towards him if it was the other way around in Boston, where none of it happened, Mark.
That's right.
Admit, the Democrats really showed their ass at this one. Fascists trying to shout down all the Republicans.
You think those are Democrats necessarily right there? Do you think those are, I mean, those are really Democrats?
No, who do you think are Republicans from
I
Iowa?
don't understand when people stopped appreciating street theater. That's what I don't understand. You know, when did a little entertainment, you know, tourists used to come and expect that without an ideology.
That is true.
Do you know what I mean?
Well, you know what happened, though? I think the brother thought the other protesters, the white ones, was going to jump in and help him, and you know how white people don't want to fight.
They were like this. Yeah, I saw that. I was ashamed of my peeps on that one. You're right.
No, maybe they're just excited about their diversity. Maybe that's it. Maybe these people are just expressing their personal views, and they want to be heard, and they want to hold things out.
Is that how you feel? By punching people, wait to see the Lion King?
I'm not talking about that guy.
And kick people?
I'm not talking about that guy either. I'm talking about in general.
Who are you talking about?
There's a lot more, there seems to be a lot more repression and free speech going on at this this convention against Republicans than it was against the Democrats in Boston.
They all seem to get their words out last night. I don't think Arnold had any trouble.
I'm talking about they can't walk around the city without police. Yeah,
you can't walk down the street. I cannot wear this and walk down the street without somebody saying something crazy.
That's because you're in New York. People don't know.
New Yorkers are nice. No.
Oh, get out of here. This is
no, because you're not out there. The police are very helpful. Everybody's really nice.
I'm not saying the police are bad.
New Yorkers are really cool.
Yeah.
It's them crazy people that they bust
all the New Yorkers all New Yorkers, they're in the Hamptons. You understand? The people that are here are not.
That's not true, though. They said last night on the news and on CNN, 80% of these protesters are from New York.
Not from New York. CNN. They live in the East Village in Williamsburg. They're not from New York.
Well,
you don't think any of them are from New York?
No.
I talked to a veteran at the protest on Sunday who lives like right down on 10th Street. His commander-in-chief was Dwight Eisenhower. Thinks Bush is a schmuck, and he was marching.
You went all the way back to Ike for a point?
Sure, why not?
Let's talk about another.
50s, we wouldn't even be on TV.
Let's talk about another oppressed person. Those two French journalists kidnapped by Iraqi militants. I know this isn't as bad as the Abu Ghraib. To force the French government to end its ban on Muslim girls wearing headscarves in public schools, they appeared on Al Jazeera yesterday, appealing to Chirac to give in to the terrorist demands. Now, I don't blame these two guys. I'd say the same thing. But don't you think it's kind of indicative of the people that a lot of people are trying to defend overall government by saying, well, we're as bad as that? They're going to kill these guys because they changed the law so they can't wear their awful scarves, and they shouldn't be allowed to wear them in airports because they make me nervous. How's that? For 5 years. Enough is enough.
And France says they're going to let it happen. Only France is a enough country to let civilians be beheaded to make a fashion statement. Yeah.
You know what? I actually think that the French, the issue is there's a lot of Muslims in France, right?
Yes.
And now, if the French president did what our president did, maybe he should just pander to religious extremists and make them part of the platform.
Would you like applause for that now? Stop it.
Let them have their opinion. Take it easy.
I didn't say anything.
We like laughs.
Get outside on your bikes and ride up 8th Avenue, whatever you do.
Here's the problem. The French never thought it would happen to them. They thought if we appease terrorists, if we go along with everything, say we're against the war, talk about how much we hate Bush, we'll never be attacked. We'll never have anybody kidnapped.
Good point.
Now you know that it's going to happen to you. It's going to happen wherever those terrorists don't agree with what's going on. They're going to kidnap somebody. Now, who's going to help you go rescue them? I'm going to tell you what they're going to do. They're going to come to our country like they always do in America. Can you come help us fight this battle like we always do?
Yeah!
That's what's going on.
Not only that, but you look a little French with those kind of Jean Genet glasses and that.
It's the spiky moose head.
I aspire to look French.
Can't we
It's not a
compromise?
problem.
They could compromise. You let the Muslim girls wear the headdresses, but they have to wear leather miniskirts, too.
Like Serena, we'll be right back.
Medium in there.
The new film, The Cookout, is getting all up in your grill.
I'm giving you the first look at our new film, The Cookout.
Guess what it's about?
All right. So now TBS has a new reality show, He's a Lady. 11 manly men who thought they'd be competing in like physical challenges. And then halfway there, they tricked them. They learned they were being judged on who could best act like a supermodel. What do we think of this? Nick, I think you might have an opinion on this.
11 macho men trying to compete to see who's most ladylike. That sounds like the strategy for the 2003 New York Giants. I do have an opinion. It's the same assholes that are running Hollywood who hate men, I don't know why, between Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, these decorating shows, Will and Grace. It's all about emasculation. I don't know where the hate's coming from. There's some angry dicks running Hollywood with crew cuts, no tits, and they're taking out on us. I know how to dress myself. I can build a shelf. Get off my back.
What it's leading to, though, he's right that the entertainment industry feeds on this stuff. What it's leading to is some sort of weird homoerotic fear factor where they take straight guys and they dare them to do homosexual acts. Did you see Joe Rogan just yelling at a guy on his knees going, suck it! Suck it! You got 30 seconds! Suck it! Suck it!
Now, Tim, as a guy in Hollywood, do you feel like they definitely don't want you to be like a man a lot of times? Like they want you to lay back a little bit?
Well, more than just not being a man, it seems like they constantly are telling you that you aren't good enough, you know? I mean, it's like, you know, just being yourself is not good enough. It's better to, you know, to have facials and get massage and, you know.
What is that obsession? I don't understand.
They set an ideal standard for male beauty, and then they want every guy to follow it. But
Come on, you use a little face
a lot of it's
cream.
genetic.
You use a little face cream.
I'm just saying the ideal standard for male beauty in this country. a lot of times.
Where's the show where 11 hot women try to act like... Oh, that WNBA. I'm sorry. They have that right.
You know, I'm going to cut that out.
They will cut that out.
Oh, for heaven's sake,
They're going to bleep the word too. I've said it like 4 times. It's going to be like a silent film, this segment.
You can't say you can say
I've made it Irish.
I just like that he got to say suck it 8 times.
Suck it.
This is a great show.
What about this? Speaking of men and women, a chimp in a zoo in China has started smoking. Boy, that sounds like a setup for a great... A chimp in a zoo in China has started smoking because a mate became too old to meet his sexual demands. The frustrated chimp bums cigarettes from visitors at the zoo. Here's a look at this poor old thing. Now, do you realize that? What do you think as a woman? Tell us what you think.
Here's my problem. You get that camera out of my apartment, and I gave up smoking.
But as a woman, do you feel like this really... Don't you... I mean, I don't even want to talk about the smoking substitute. I want to talk about the fact that a woman, some old man, won't have sex with her. And believe me, this is not at all personal. If some old man's too tired to have sex with her, what is she going to do? Go out?
Do it yourself.
The rest of the story, though, you didn't. I read the whole story. Apparently, that there's 3 or 4 kangaroos strung out on smack. There's a couple of penguins up on domestic abuse charges. All I'm saying is that this is a bad zoo.
Yeah. He's got a point. Well, now what do you think about
The monkey smokes and it spits, they said, when it's sexually frustrated. I do that when I'm sexually satisfied.
That won't get cut out because, as you said, the media's run by angry d***s, but they like that little.
Yeah. Get that hair out your teeth.
It promotes the industry.
They hate us, Colin. They hate us.
Oh, for heaven's sakes! What about President Bush? He didn't know this week whether he's going to win the war on terror. On Monday, here's what he said on the Today Show about the war on terror.
Do you really think we can win this war on terror?
I have never said we can win it in 4 years.
No, I'm just saying, can we win it? Do you see that?
I don't think you can win it.
I've never seen a subway like that. But yesterday, the American Legion, he backtracked.
Yeah.
Make no mistake about it. We are winning, and we will win.
Like it's our fault that he screwed up.
No,
that was hilarious.
First of all, nobody likes Matt Lauer. He's what's wrong with this country.
Yeah,
and
Matt Lauer.
I'm going to defend Kerry on this one, too. The fact is that when you tell the truth, like Kerry said, I would have voted for the war, no one I know.
That's right.
All the liberals, and the conservatives, oh, he's a lie. Why? Because he admitted the truth. And when Bush said we can't win a war on terror, how are you going to win a war? It's like the war on drugs. You can't win.
He was telling the truth.
And everybody turns when somebody tells the truth, and then they have to backtrack. Kerry had to backtrack. Bush had to backtrack.
That's because that's the only thing he has to run on.
It is not.
It is too.
It is not.
So they're like, that's the only thing you have to run on.
Keeping people in fear. It's not that you cannot win the war on terror. It's talking about the end of the war. It's not going to be somebody coming on a battleship with their khakis and somebody with a top hat going, let's sign this treaty. It doesn't happen like that. It's not going to be over like that.
Are they paying you?
Not only... Whoa! Does anyone say that to Leo? Are they paying you? I hate that. The conservatives, are you trying to imply that they're...
I am being paid by the liberals.
Oh. You know, I'm sure he's on Air America.
You didn't have to ask that.
He is on Air America.
You know what
but let me ask you something. You're right, Bush is just trying to get us false fears. That's why today in the paper, only today in the afternoon, I read Iran just finished their nuclear, now they're ready to rock and roll, and we better take them out, but the UN's petrified.
No, they're not. They're just waiting for Israel to do it.
Oh, Israel the enemy? You mean the only democratic country that actually is civilized?
Well, they did it once before, didn't they?
Yes, they did.
Huh?
And it's not about win a vote, it's about ass whooping.
What are you still on this
Getting
for?
your ass whooped,
Then what are you
and
on
need
this
to say-
for?
Because
The
I
president-
love President Bush,
the president-
and he don't know it yet,
Like a senior moment, the president had a liberal moment.
No, he
It's
didn't.
okay.
He didn't.
There's no liberal moment. He's just being
Well,
telling the truth.
He told the truth.
Be Kerry or Bush. You'll tell the truth in this country because your
His
side wants you to
handlers
follow
are the ones that jump
Forget
on
about
it.
Bush.
His
I'm saying
handlers
Kerry or Bush. You try to tell the truth and go against your party line for 1 second, everybody turns on you on both sides.
That's right, because
No?
they were afraid. If he
No,
doesn't
not
have
just
that.
him. I said Kerry, too.
No, I
They're
understand
afraid,
that.
too.
I understand
Okay,
that.
but you keep
But he
trying to go
did-
back to this when I'm trying to...
Because he don't like President Bush.
Yes. We'll be right back.